We used two of the most advanced AI models to create two characters. We will put them face to face. Their arguments will be evaluated by 5 independent AI models across multiple criteria, scored from 0 to 100. This is AI Debates.
Which system better protects the poor and vulnerable?
Socialism better protects the poor and vulnerable because it makes their well-being a foundation of the system, not an afterthought. Capitalism often treats poverty as personal failure, offering charity or minimal safety nets only when pressure builds, while the system itself continues to produce inequality. Socialism builds and protects universal health care, housing, education, food security so no one is left to survive at the mercy of profit-driven markets. Vulnerability is not a niche issue. Anyone can face illness, job loss, or crisis. A just society plans for this collectively, ensuring dignity and security for all. Protecting the vulnerable isn't just moral, it strengthens the entire community, because when the weakest are cared for, everyone is more resilient. In socialism, no life is disposable, every person matters.
Capitalism better protects the poor and vulnerable by creating the wealth and opportunities that lift them out of poverty permanently, rather than just managing their destitution. The greatest anti-poverty program in history is economic growth. Capitalist countries have reduced extreme poverty from 90% to under 10% globally. Market economies create jobs, drive down prices through competition, and generate the tax revenue that funds safety nets. Compare outcomes. America's poor have higher living standards than middle classes in socialist countries. Social mobility is highest in market economies. Children born poor have the greatest chance of rising economically in capitalist systems. Competition protects consumers, especially the poor, by driving down prices and improving quality. Walmart and dollar stores serve low-income communities better than government stores ever could. Generic drugs, discount airlines, and budget retailers emerge from market competition. Capitalism also generates the charitable wealth that funds private assistance. Americans donate more per capita than citizens of any other system. Prosperity enables generosity. Socialist systems create dependency, not opportunity. They trap people in poverty through rationing and bureaucracy rather than creating pathways out. The vulnerable need jobs, affordable goods, and economic mobility. Capitalism delivers all three better than alternatives.
Does your model promote fairness or just efficiency?
Socialism promotes fairness first, and through fairness achieves real efficiency. Capitalism claims efficiency, but often wastes enormous resources on speculation, advertising wars, and luxury goods for a few, while millions lack basics. That isn't efficient, it's distorted. Socialism focuses on fair distribution. Everyone gets health care, education, housing, and a dignified wage. When people's needs are met, they can contribute fully, which actually makes the whole system more productive. Fairness isn't about lowering standards, it's about removing barriers so talent and effort are not wasted just because someone was born poor. Efficiency without fairness benefits only the powerful. Fairness with efficiency benefits society as a whole. Socialism proves the two are not opposites. Justice creates the foundation for lasting, meaningful efficiency.
Capitalism promotes the most meaningful form of fairness, equal opportunity and merit-based rewards, while also delivering superior efficiency. True fairness means everyone plays by the same rules and succeeds based on their contributions, not their connections or identity. Capitalism provides this through competitive markets where success depends on serving customers, not political favor. Socialist fairness, equal outcomes regardless of effort, is deeply unfair to those who work harder, innovate more, or contribute greater value. Why should the lazy receive the same rewards as the diligent? That punishes virtue and rewards mediocrity. Capitalism's fairness is dynamic and earned. People can rise or fall based on their choices and efforts. This creates powerful incentives for self-improvement and social contribution that benefit everyone. The efficiency isn't separate from fairness, it's the result of fairness. When rewards match contributions, people have maximum incentive to be productive. This efficiency creates the wealth that raises all living standards. Markets also provide fairness through voluntary exchange. Both parties benefit or they wouldn't trade. No coercion, no exploitation, just mutual advantage. Capitalism's combination of opportunity-based fairness and economic efficiency has created more prosperity and social mobility than any alternative system.
How do you address homelessness?
Socialism addresses homelessness by treating housing as a human right, not a commodity. In capitalism, Empty apartments can sit owned by speculators while people sleep on the streets because profit matters more than human dignity. Socialism flips that logic. It ensures public investment in affordable housing, prevents speculation, and guarantees that everyone has a safe place to live. Homelessness is not a natural condition, it's a policy choice born of treating shelter as a market good. A socialist system would build social housing, provide rent controls, and use public ownership to keep housing accessible. The goal is simple. No one should be without a home in a society that has the wealth and resources to provide one. Ending homelessness is not charity, it's justice.
Capitalism addresses homelessness through increased housing supply, job creation, and economic growth, not government programs that often worsen the problem. The root cause of homelessness is housing scarcity driving up prices. Free markets solve this through construction competition, but government regulations prevent it. Zoning laws, building codes, and permitting processes restrict housing supply. Cities like San Francisco have the worst homelessness precisely because they most restrict development. Deregulate construction and housing costs plummet. Houston builds freely and has affordable housing. California restricts building and creates homelessness crises. Capitalism also creates jobs that provide income for housing. Economic growth generates employment opportunities at all skill levels. Many homeless people need work, not welfare. Markets provide jobs while government creates dependency. Private charity addresses immediate needs more efficiently than bureaucratic programs. Religious organizations, nonprofits, and community groups understand local conditions better than distant government agencies. For those with mental health or addiction issues, capitalism generates the wealth that funds treatment programs. Prosperous societies can afford comprehensive care, poor ones cannot. The solution isn't managing homelessness through government spending. It's eliminating the regulations that create housing shortages and the barriers that prevent economic opportunity.
Should billionaires exist?
No, billionaires should not exist, because no individual can ethically earn that level of wealth without extracting it from the labor of others. Billionaires are not proof of freedom or innovation, they're proof of an economic system that allows extreme hoarding while millions lack basics. One person controlling billions means schools unfunded, workers underpaid, and healthcare denied, because that wealth is locked away for private power instead of serving public need. Socialism doesn't oppose success or ambition, it opposes obscene concentrations of wealth that distort democracy by influence and deepen inequality. A just society celebrates innovation and hard work, but ensures their rewards are shared fairly. In short, no one needs $1 billion to live with dignity, but society needs those resources to guarantee dignity for all.
Billionaires should absolutely exist because they represent successful value creation that benefits everyone, not zero-sum wealth extraction. Most billionaires became wealthy by solving massive problems or creating products millions choose to buy. Bill Gates revolutionized computing, Bezos transformed retail and logistics, Musk advanced electric vehicles and space technology. Their wealth reflects the enormous value they created for society. Billionaire wealth isn't sitting idle. It's invested in new businesses, research, and innovation that create jobs and advance technology. When billionaires spend or invest, they drive economic activity that employs millions. Attempting to prevent billionaires requires destroying the mechanisms that create prosperity for everyone. You'd have to limit business success, restrict innovation, or confiscate wealth through massive taxation. This discourages the entrepreneurship and risk-taking that drives progress. Many billionaires also become history's greatest philanthropists. Gates Foundation health initiatives, Buffett's charitable pledges. Private wealth enables private solutions to social problems. The existence of billionaires in a free market proves the system rewards those who serve others best. Their wealth came from voluntary transactions with customers who benefited from their products. This is success, not failure, of the economic system.
Which system better prevents corruption and abuse of power?
Socialism better prevents corruption and abuse of power because it prioritizes transparency, accountability, and collective oversight. Capitalism concentrates wealth, and with it political influence, in the hands of a few, creating a system where corporations and elites can manipulate laws, evade taxes, and exploit workers with little consequence. Socialism spreads economic power more broadly through public ownership, worker participation, and strong social institutions, making it harder for individuals to dominate or act in secret. Democratic mechanisms in workplaces, communities, and government keep decision-making accountable to the people. Corruption thrives where power is unchecked by distributing both resources and control. Socialism reduces opportunities for abuse and aligns authority with public interest rather than private profit.
Capitalism better prevents corruption by dispersing power among millions of competing actors, while socialism concentrates power in ways that guarantee corruption. In free markets, no single entity controls enough power to systematically corrupt the system. Companies must compete for customers who can freely choose alternatives. Bad actors lose market share and profits. Competitors expose each other's wrongdoing through competition. Government power creates corruption because it's monopolistic and coercive. When politicians control economic decisions, businesses must lobby and bribe for favorable treatment rather than compete on merit. The bigger the government, the more corruption it attracts. Socialist systems are corruption factories because they concentrate economic and political power in the same hands. Soviet leaders lived in luxury while citizens starved. Venezuelan officials steal oil wealth while the country collapses. When government controls everything, government officials become untouchable. Capitalism's corruption, like corporate fraud, is punished by markets through lost profits and criminal prosecution. Socialist corruption is systemic and unpunishable because the corrupt control the punishment mechanisms. The most corrupt countries are those with large government sectors. The least corrupt have strong property rights and free markets. Economic freedom and low corruption consistently correlate across all nations and time periods.